What if by this time tomorrow, your power's out, your pipes are frozen, and your home's dropping below freezing? It happens to millions of Americans every winter, and when the grid fails, help can't reach you fast enough. Most people wait until the snow starts falling, but by then, it's already too late. In this video, I'll show you 9 things to do in the next 24 hours before the winter storm hits, to keep your home warm, your water running, and your family safe. These are real, proven steps used by emergency experts, not theories. So stay till the end, because one small move today could save you when everything goes dark tomorrow. 1. Secure your heat source, now. Picture this, the storm hits, and suddenly your comfort zone becomes a survival zone. Your central heating goes dark, and your home starts losing heat fast. In the week of February 2021, Texas winter storm, more than 69% of Texans lost electrical power. The average outage lasted 42 hours, with a median of 36 hours. You might think, that won't be me, but what if it is you? So let's talk straight. If the grid fails, your central heat won't save you. Ask yourself, what's my backup plan? A portable propane heater? A wood-burning stove? Even a kerosene heater can mean the difference between being comfortable and being in real danger. Government sources such as Federal Emergency Management Agency and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention remind us that winter storms bring freezing temperatures, power failures, and loss of communication. Here's what I want you to do today, not tomorrow. Stock extra fuel now while roads are clear and stores are open. Don't wait until snow covers the ground and every neighbor is scrambling. Then, pick one room in your home and make it your warm zone, ideally the smallest interior room. Close off the door, put blankets or towels under the door to trap heat, draw curtains, or even hang a blanket over a window, and keep that area ready. If the power goes out, you and your family go there together. And very important, ventilation matters. If you use any fuel-burning heater without ventilation, you risk carbon monoxide poisoning. The CDC explicitly warns, use fireplaces, wood stoves, or kerosene heaters only if they're properly vented and you have a working carbon monoxide detector. Let's bring it home with a real scenario. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and your indoor temperature has dropped to 38 degrees Fahrenheit. That's exactly what happened in many homes during the Texas blackout. Houses with no power, no heat, people huddling under blankets, shivering through the night. It's not a movie scene, it's real. And in that moment, the question isn't, will I be okay? But did I prepare to be okay? So right now, pick your backup heat source, get fuel in hand, designate your warm zone, and make sure safety is covered. You'll sleep better knowing you did. 2. Protect your pipes from freezing. All right, imagine this. The thermometer dips below freezing. You feel safe inside. But silently, behind the wall, your pipes are turning into ticking time bombs. When water freezes inside a pipe, it expands. That expansion builds pressure until the pipe cracks, and the damage doesn't show up until the thaw. According to data, between 2019 and 2023, about 22.6% of homeowner insurance claims were for water damage or freezing, and the average claim cost for those incidents goes north of $15,000. One insurer, State Farm, reported that from August 2022 to August 2023, they paid out over $800 million for more than 32,000 claims tied to frozen pipe and water damage incidents. So here's the deal. If your pipes freeze, they can burst. And then when that ice melts, suddenly you've got a gusher flooding a kitchen, basement, maybe your whole house. And yes, that can happen in a matter of minutes once things go wrong. Here's what you do tonight. Run your faucets at a slow drip. That slight movement keeps water flowing and reduces freezing risk. Then open the cabinet doors under sinks, especially those along exterior walls, so warm air from your home circulates around the pipes. If you have plumbing in the garage, crawl space, or attic, wrap any exposed pipes now. Use foam insulation sleeves if you have them, but in a pinch, towels or rags, and yes, even duct taped, are better than doing nothing. You might think, I'll do it later, but late could mean after the snap freeze sets in and you're scrambling in the dark, watching the clock tick. A single burst pipe can wreck walls, flooring, personal belongings, and your peace of mind. Prevention is priceless. It might sound simple, but honestly, when you're staring at a flooded room and surprise repair bills, you'll wish you'd taken these steps before. Stay alert. Keep things moving. Protect your pipes now. 3. Stock emergency, water and food. Picture this. The snow is piling up outside, and you hear the hum of your furnace fade away. Now imagine stepping into your kitchen and the faucet just drips, not a steady flow. That's when the reality hits. If the power goes out, the water plants may shut down, pipes could freeze, and shelves at the store, they'll be stripped bare within hours. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention both recommend storing at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for several days. That means if your household has 4 people, you're talking about 4 gallons every single day that your water access could be disrupted. Now, water is priority number 1, but food is right behind it. Even if you've got water, without ready-to-eat food when the power's out, you're going to feel panic creep in. That's why you focus on foods that don't need refrigeration or complex prep. Canned soups, peanut butter, energy bars, instant coffee. Plus, don't forget your pet. Their food matters too. The guidance from places like the American Red Cross recommends having non-perishable food for at least 3 days, minimum. Here's a real-life example. Say your local utility fails, and it takes 48 hours to restore water and power. The stores run out of bottled water the first day. Shelves of canned goods are sparse by the next. Meanwhile, you're sitting in the quiet, cold house, realizing, I should have gotten more yesterday. That's the kind of scenario you want to avoid. So tonight, walk into your pantry, look around, and ask, do I have enough water? Enough food that doesn't rely on frozen or refrigerated storage? If you don't, go get it. Because when the pipes freeze and the taps go silent, it won't be hunger that bites you first. It'll be thirst. Remember, in a real winter blackout, it's not hunger that hits first. It's thirst. Frozen pipes mean no running water. 4. Charge everything you own. Think of your phone, your power banks, your flashlight, not as convenience tools, but as lifelines. When the storm hits, when the grid fails, when you hear that wind howl and the house goes dark, these devices are your connection to the world. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Federal Communications Commission both stress, keep mobile phones and other electronic equipment charged before a power outage. Plan for alternative power sources you can use to charge devices. So here's what you do. Fully charge every power bank, flashlight, rechargeable battery right now while your lights work and your outlets are live. If you own a solar charger or a portable crank charger, run it by a window, give it sunlight, get it topped off while you still have that luxury. Because once everything outside is snowed in, fuel lines are frozen, roads are blocked. You'll wish you had done this yesterday. And here's a little trick to stretch that battery life. Turn down your phone's brightness, switch it to battery saver mode, shut off apps you're not using. This can add hours, maybe a full day, of extra juice when you need it most. In long outages, the smart device memory fades fast. One FEMA document reports that typical smart devices may last only 5 to 8 hours on battery if nothing else is done. Picture this scenario. It's midnight. The house is quiet. No hum from the heater, no lights flickering. Outside, the wind is building and snow's coming down. The power went out 12 hours ago. Your phone is down to 10%. You need to call your neighbor, check the weather app, contact your relative, but the charger's in the car that's now buried under snow. You're cut off. That's not fear-mongering. It's real, and it's avoidable. Imagine being cut off for 48 hours. No power, no updates, no way to call for help. That's not the time to wish you'd charged up. So tonight, plug in everything. Move chargers near your bedside. Keep the charger portable and within reach. Give your backup batteries a full charge. Because when your house is silent and the world outside is frozen, being plugged in is your anchor. 5. Prepare for a power outage. All right, picture this. The wind's picked up, snow's starting to fall hard, and suddenly the lights blink, flicker, and go out. In those first minutes, panic sets in for most people. The silence, the dark, the quiet hum of life just stops. But you're ready, because you've done the prep. Let's look at the facts. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in 2022, the average U.S. electricity customer experienced about 5.6 hours of power interruptions due to weather and other events. That's just the average. But what about the bad winter storm that knocks out power for days? Research shows that from 2018 to 2020, There were nearly 17,500 outages of 8+ hours in U.S. counties tied to extreme weather events. So yes, you could easily be in the dark for 24, 48 hours or more. Here's what you do. Keep flashlights where you can grab them fast, not buried in a drawer behind candles. Sure, but LED lanterns are safer, longer lasting, and less risky. Have a pile of warm blankets in a central spot, easy to grab while you're still half in your boots, half outside. Unplug your sensitive electronics, TVs, gaming consoles, computers, when the power's still on. Why? Because when the electricity comes back, it often comes with surges that can fry your gear. The Federal Emergency Management Agency specifically advises switching off electronics during an outage. And if you have a generator, don't wait until it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside and you're frozen, shivering, standing in snow trying to figure out the cables. Test it now. Fuel lines can freeze. Switches can fail. You want it humming well before you're desperate. In a major storm, linemen can't even reach downed lines for days. If you lose power, you could be in the dark for a week. Here's the emotional connection. Imagine your family huddled in the living room, the house silent, the only glow coming from a lantern, phones at 15%, and you just prepared ahead. Everyone else is scrambling. You're calm, because you took action tonight. Be that person tonight. 6. Stay informed and connected. All right, all. Picture the scene. You're snug inside, snow's starting to pile on the windows, the wind is howling outside, and suddenly your internet slows, texts lag, maybe the Wi-Fi even drops. In a winter storm, that's exactly when you need to know what's going on. Not later, now. Because weather updates can change in minutes, and official warnings often come just barely ahead of disaster. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Federal Communications Commission emphasize that during a power outage, battery-operated radios or hand-crank radios are among your most reliable lifelines. And the International Telecommunication Union has noted that broadcast radio remains one of the most robust ways to receive emergency alerts when other systems fail. So here's how you'll prep. Keep a battery-powered or hand-crank radio within reach, not tucked away somewhere you'll forget in the chaos. Download your local emergency alert apps before you lose connection. If you're part of a neighborhood group, family chat, or local watch, send a quick message now. Storm coming, let's check in hourly. Local word can move faster than waiting for official updates. The U.S. Department of Energy points out that staying informed during a power outage means using radios, mobile phones, texts, and other mobile devices, as long as they're charged and ready. Think about this. You're alone in the dark, phone's at 5%, no Wi-Fi, and you hear the siren for outside, but you don't know what to do because your radio's in a closet. Meanwhile, your neighbor who downloaded the alert heard the warning on the hand crank radio, already got the kids ready, and moved into the warm zone. That could be you, if you act now. Information is survival. Missing one update could be the difference between getting out safely or getting trapped. So tonight, grab that radio, plug in alert apps, send a check into your circle, and make sure you'll know what's happening when the storm really hits. 7. Insulate yourself, not just your home. All right, let's get real about staying warm when a winter storm hits your doorstep and your heater goes silent. You're inside, but inside doesn't mean safe if you're losing body heat faster than you think. Layer up. Wool socks, a thermal-based layer, gloves, a hat. They're more than just comfort items when the mercury drops. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration notes that cold stress can happen when the body fails to maintain core temperature, leading to hypothermia, frostbite, or worse. Even indoors, you lose a remarkable amount of heat through your extremities, and head if they're uncovered. While older myths say you lose most of your body heat through your head, that's not quite accurate. Experts agree you're still vulnerable if you leave key parts of your body exposed. If you wear gloves and a hat while you're in bed, you're stacking serious odds in your favor. Your body's working overtime just to keep your brain and vital organs warm. The hands and head are channels for heat loss. So here's your plan. Get your warm layers ready tonight. Pull out the wool socks, the long underwear, the gloves you might normally dismiss. And if you have a cold weather sleeping bag, yes, the one you bought for camping but never used, keep it within reach. In a blackout storm, it becomes emergency insulation, not recreation gear. Picture this. The furnace shuts off. You're in your living room. Outside, the wind screams. Inside, your fingers feel cold, your toes tingle. But you're wearing a hat and gloves. You slide into your sleeping bag with a blanket. You're not just waiting for help, you're protecting yourself. That's the difference between being comfortable and surviving comfortably. During the 1993 Great Lakes storm of 1993, people literally survived in their cars, wrapped in blankets. Heat loss kills faster than hunger. So tonight, before the storm hits, layer up, cover yourself, protect your body like it's the shelter it is. 8. Plan for light and safety at night. When the storm hits and the power disappears, your home can quickly turn into a maze of shadows. 1 minute you're moving around like usual. The next, you're frozen, trying to find your way from the bedroom to the kitchen with only phone light. Or worse, nothing at all. That shift from familiar to disorienting happens fast. Here's what you need to do. Put a reliable flashlight in every major room: living room, bedroom, hallway. Make sure the batteries are fresh. Near your bed, keep a glow stick or small battery-powered lantern so you don't have to stumble in the dark. Now, consider your stair edges, door thresholds. Grab some bright tape or reflectors ahead of time. In total darkness, even the smallest step becomes a hazard. The State of Missouri's Fire Safety Office emphasizes flashlights and battery-powered lighting should be kept in the home and ready to use during a power outage. Never use candles as a light source. And if you have elderly family members, extra care matters. Their reaction times may be slower, vision poorer. They need light and warmth within reach. Make sure they can hit the light switch, grab the blanket, find the flashlight without delay. According to U.S. Fire Administration, using flashlights rather than candles significantly reduces risk of fire when the lights go out. Picture this real scenario. Lights out at 10 p.m., snow piling up, wind rattling windows outside. You reach for a flashlight you left on the dresser minutes ago. Straightforward. Meanwhile, next door, someone fumbles in darkness, knocks something over, maybe a candle catches curtain. Fire hazard. You've got the zone secured. In total darkness, even a single candle can mean safety. But don't leave any flame unattended. Fire is the last thing you need. So tonight, check your flashlights, swap out old batteries, set glow sticks by beds, mark your stair edges with tape. Make sure the people you care about can see and move safely when the lights fade. Because in a winter blackout, having light means more than convenience. It means safety. 9. Think ahead. What if you can't leave? All right, picture this. The roads freeze over, snow drifts pile up, and what seemed like a quick dash to the store turns into a trap. When that happens, you're not going anywhere. That's why right now, you need to prep your car like it's a mini shelter on wheels. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency and National Weather Service, a winter storm can easily leave you stranded at home or in your vehicle for days. In fact, the NWS notes that heavy snow and ice can maroon people without utilities or other services for days. So here's your checklist. First, top off your gas tank while you still can. Why? Because a fuller tank helps keep moisture out of your fuel line and reduces the risk of freezing. Then, get an emergency kit into that trunk today. Blankets, warm gloves, non-perishable snacks, jumper cables, a flashlight, maybe a small shovel. The NWS explicitly states you should carry a winter survival kit in your car in case you get stranded. And don't forget any prescriptions or medications. Pharmacies might close early or be inaccessible when the storm has locked everything down. If your meds cost you a lot or they're necessary for your daily health, refill now while you still have access. Here's what it feels like. You wake up, snow's already 6 inches deep, the wind is howling. Your driveway is impassable, streets are shut. You think, I'll just go out later if I need something. But later doesn't mean you can. Roads are slick. Vehicles slide. Emergency crews are responding elsewhere. Meanwhile, your kid is in the car, fuel-topped, blankets in the back, you're covered. Most people think, I'll just run out if I need something. But when the snow's piling up and roads shut down, you won't. So tonight, walk out to your car, look in the trunk, stash those items, fuel up, make sure you could stay put, or head out only if safe, because the storm won't wait and neither should your prep. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next survival guide. Share this video with someone who isn't ready, because when the storm hits, it'll be too late to prepare. and tell me in the comments, would your home survive a 48-hour blackout right now?